Hey, hey, hey. We some pretty dope chicks with conversation, hot topics. For those relating, it's a pretty dope conversation.
Alright, what it do, world? It's your girl Shay Means, and I'm here with my girl
D-Mac.
and we are a pretty dope conversation. So, before we start, before we even introduce them and let them know what we're talking about,
Okay.
let us get a vibe check.
Let's go.
Let's
Get it
see
up.
them hearts. Let's see them thumbs up. Let
Let's
us
go.
know that you're loving on us.
Let's
see
go.
them.
Let's go.
I'll wait.
Come on, y'all.
I know I'll wait.
We want to feel
y'all
the
go.
love in the building.
There y'all
We want
go.
to feel the love. Thank you.
Alright, so we got some special guests today on the couch. Today's topic is meet the kids. So you guys get to meet our children.
That's right. And here they go. Let's give it up for the kids.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for the kids.
Right here, to the left of me, you got Trey. What?
I'm good, people.
They're a little shy today, guys. They're a
You
little
got
shy.
Marlon.
What's up, y'all?
You got Marlene. Hey y'all. You got Bree. And you got little Terrell, who's not so little. We wait for Shanti to come on too.
I think he might be there.
Shanti
Let's see if he's there. Look down there and see what that red dot is and see if that's Ashanti, please. Because we have Ashanti. Nope, that's not Ashanti.
Okay, we're going to wait
He
for
doesn't
him.
know. Well, he's invited, but he was waiting a long time for us. So anyway, we can still start the conversation.
We can get
off
right
without
into it.
that. We
Thank
can
you
do
for
that.
calling me a king.
Excuse me? You reading comments?
Oh God, y'all
Oh,
starting
Rashonda,
off.
he said thank you for calling him a king. Yeah, these are the little kings and queens in the making. Okay?
Yes.
Now let's see if they remain that way after this show.
Right.
So we're going to get right into it.
Let's get right into it.
How y'all doing?
We
How
alright.
y'all feeling?
They're acting a little shy and a little
they acting
dry.
all-
So we need to get them a little loose, y'all. They say, "Hey, Bree."
Hi, Keisha.
Terrell is talking about gang in the building. I got my little shy one right here. I don't think he's too happy with me now that he has to be on, but it's a family thing. Bring Ashanti on the camera. Thank you. Here comes Ashanti.
Yo,
There he go.
yo, what's up? I don't know how to do this. I was like,
Everybody
Yo.
say hey to my baby over there.
yo, what's up?
With the same face.
What's up, y'all? I know.
Start it off.
Well, listen, I think, look at Tisha. Hey, Tisha, love y'all. So, I think that it's a good thing that we have some, a moment with our children. A lot of times I think that when people start their businesses or they move on with their lives and go their respective ways, we forget to keep our family involved, not just our mates, but our children. And fortunately, we have, I don't want to say grown children because we have some that are not so grown, and even though he thinks he's the whole man, but we have, we have some, our children are young adults, but, I think that it's a great thing to be able to have them come in and be able to see what we do, experience what we do, and that you guys get to experience them as well. So this is why we're here. I don't know why my son is sideways. Like, I don't know. I think he wants to see everybody.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I was trying to. I'm sorry.
Okay, so,
Yo,
See us.
1 second. I need to get my phone because,
yo, who's there? I don't even know who's there. That's what I'm trying to see. Like, who else is there?
Who's there?
Okay, hold on. We gotta let you
Yo.
see who's there.
Got you.
Okay. See, this is Trey.
Frozen.
You never met Shay's
Yo,
son.
what's up?
Trey. That's
Okay.
Trey.
What's good, bro?
Yo,
That's Marlon.
What's up?
And it's Marlene.
yo, what's up?
You met them before.
Oh,
Yeah.
Marlene.
This is
All
Brianna.
right.
Hi, I
Got
never
it.
met you before. How are you?
Oh yeah, like who are you? Yeah, what you got on, socks?
Yo,
Yeah,
shut
she
up.
outside.
House. Mind your business.
She's
How
so
are you?
comfortable in here.
Yo, Rel was good, boy.
Hold on, Ashanti, 1 second. We're gonna need everybody's.
Yo, we live. It's 27 people in here. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
You so loud that you don't even hear when we say cut. You're an actor.
You got
Cut.
cut.
Where's my thing at, Trey? Where's that
Take
thing?
two.
Take here, here go right here, Ashanti. Listen, cut.
Sorry, I ain't seen them in forever.
We're gonna need you guys help reading the comments because we're not able to see because of the Okay, so Shay has it here. So if we take a little bit of time trying to read you guys' comments, it's because we're a little bit further so that we can get everybody in. So we're gonna start off with I think you got a nice intro question.
All right.
We're gonna start off asking our children questions, and we want them to answer the questions. Anybody can jump in, but we would like everybody to take a turn. And then we're gonna give them an opportunity to ask us questions. And maybe you guys, if you have any questions, you can ask us as well. So here we go.
I'm gonna go right to this one. What do you like about the parent in front of you, or dislike?
Ooh, that's still good.
Who's gonna say
And you
dislike?
can be honest.
Very.
You ain't getting me in trouble.
Go ahead, Shanti.
Go ahead, Ashanti, please. Lead the way.
You ain't getting me in trouble. Go the other way.
Start off. Your smile is so cute. You're so yummy.
Listen, we on camera.
Okay. Well, listen. What do you like about the parent in front of you, or dislike? What's answer the question.
I feel like what I like, of course. I mean, nobody's gonna say dislike. If you say dislike, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say dislike, but what I like is your strength. Because I feel like that's the same thing somebody could dislike, but it's like once they understand why you're strong and how you're strong and how you're strong for everybody else, that's when I started understanding your strength more, if that makes sense. Like before it felt like, dang, like, tough love sometimes like for everybody is not like the best thing, but it's like when you understand why, then it's like, okay, I get it. And I'm grateful for it because that's why I'm like this,
Oh, you're so sweet. Now, what do you dislike? That was the 2-in-1?
Yeah, that was like a 2-in-1.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 2-in-1.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to one of Shay's children first.
Let's go with the oldest.
Like I hear caca.
Why is always I got stuff?
Come on, ladies. Come on.
I think it's like the same thing though. Like I said, it's the same 2-in-1. Your honesty. Like if I want to go to somebody for a blunt, honest answer, I can always go to you. I can always talk to you about anything. But like you aggressive.
Yo.
Can you guys hear everybody? Can you hear what she said?
Yeah, you can
I'm
hear
very
us?
soft spoken, so y'all can hear me.
Well, we need you to speak. Yes.
Marlon,
What I like about Shay,
don't think too hard now.
That's what I'm thinking.
Spit it out.
Come on.
what Marlene said, you're honest, you say anything that's on your mind, you're not afraid to say nothing. What I like is that
He said, I ain't saying that.
He's like, wait a
she
minute.
used to rap though. Like when I heard her old
Facts.
bars and all them old videos,
You used to rap?
excited me a little bit. That's part of what got me into wanting to produce and listen. Like I listen to a lot of music and I started producing now, started working on beats and all that.
That's
And
what's up.
so something I dislike, the vegan part.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
It gotta be something else.
I don't like that.
I know you're front.
Listen, learn from Ashanti. Keep it safe. That's good.
Neutral. Stay neutral.
Because I like meat. Like I like eating chicken and
Me
all
too.
that. So like
And
when I
you
get somebody
good.
don't like fried chicken and all that, like
So you ain't with the
No,
cauliflower.
but
You're not with the fried cauliflower that looks like chicken.
it's like a little pet peeve of mine.
I apologize for
Not that
not
much.
killing animals and eating them.
All right, so let's pop over to one of mine. Which one? Let's go. Bree. Okay. You're gonna get the next one. Go, Bree.
Something I like.
It's all right.
I'm not there with you, so.
No, one thing that I do like is how different you are compared to a lot of other parents that I know and that I've seen and that I've come in counsel where like you don't do or treat us the same way I've seen other people treat their children. You are authoritative, but also I don't know how to say it. Like you're one of those people who where like as a parent it was like you could go do this, but I'm gonna let you know, like you can't. And I always, well, I don't really say it to you much, but I do thank you for that because it basically built me to be the woman that I'm coming to be because of the fact that, like, I look at other people now and I'm just like, you, like, my mother would have never, like,
you was shocked.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just different, and I love the difference in it, and I feel like, all three of your kids are all different. Mm-hmm. So the fact that your difference and your uniqueness as a mom was perfect. So.
All right, well, cool. So we're gonna move on to another question.
No.
You want to let everybody? Okay, I was trying to give him an easier question. I was trying to help you. I saw you would get easy. But let me just jump in because I feel like and one of the things that I love about being a parent is that you can be a parent and still be a friend. And I think that what I try to do with my kids is to let them know the difference between that like I could still parent them and I could still befriend them to a certain level, but they know the difference. They know the look when it's different. They know the tone when it's different. And I think that that's important. So, you know, that was a goal. And so I'm glad that I accomplished that. So that was cool. That's cool. All right, Trey, your mom
I wish I wasn't this big.
What I like about you? Oh, everything.
Hey.
Let's go. That's what's up.
Freedom. You, even though you were strict, you still gave me a lot of freedom. You know, that hurt a whole lot of freedom.
I knew where to find you though. When I came looking, I knew where to find you. Believe that.
Okay, so leaves it up to you, boo boo. Go ahead, son.
I feel the same way as Brianni, but I feel like the way you nurtured me and like paved the way for me is the way I carry myself when I'm in college and school. Like that. So everything you told me, I carry myself the way when I'm in school, when I'm in like any other environment. I just feel like I'm.
Don't do that to him. Melissa, they making him shy, y'all. They making him shy.
I'm gonna look away.
I just feel like I just know how to carry myself more now that I'm older and I see what I've seen in the world and I'm home by myself. I feel like I'm you, but just in my own body.
Oh, that's good, right? I think that's good.
That was
good. Look, who said that? That's the NFL player. That's right. Y'all know, you know, Rashonda, you know. So one of the questions that this was something that me and Shay talked about this week at school. Like, do you think as a child that there's a difference between helping your children and enabling your children?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So who wants to answer first? What do you think about that? And do you think that let me just put it, is there a difference between helping your children and enabling them? And do you think that helping your children is helping you or the way we helped you made you better, or do you feel like it made you more dependent on us?
Right. Not necessarily worse.
Right.
Dependent.
More dependent.
Well, to start off, you said helping and enabling. So for me, I feel like there is a big difference. There's a huge difference because I know people till this day who are still enabled by their parents, and it has been a disadvantage to them because of the fact that they're not able to do the things that I've been taught to do. So, for example, bills. Like, I have a lot of friends that have never in their life have paid a bill, never knew what it was like to even pay for anything for themselves. So for them now, not that it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing because some people, you know, want it to be where like your child should never have to. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel like it's an enablement because you're not allowing your child to know what it is like to be an adult. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, I'm 23, I'm about to be 24. For somebody my age, I feel like you should know what it's like to be able to pay something, a phone bill, anything. I have friends that have never paid a bill in their life and then be sitting there acting like they struggling. Oh, I've never done. Oh my God. Oh, I gotta ask my parents. I'd be like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, I feel like my parents have never put me in that predicament where it's like, let me spoon feed you life. Never. So, it's never been like they spoon fed me life. It was always like, I got my first job at 17. So from 17, it was like, okay, your phone bill is due. You know what I'm saying? So it taught me how to be more independent, and to know how to basically move around for myself. So I feel like them doing that has helped me, in a sense, and shaping me and, you know, being how I am and who I am. So I do think that there is a huge difference. I feel like that enabling them, which is what I feel like a lot of people are doing now in this generation, for sure, than they have done in. Well, I kind of say that I'm not a part of the generation because I don't know what is going on.
I was going to ask you if you guys.
Yeah, like I don't feel like I'm a part of the generation. I feel like I'm still a part of the 90s era because I was still brought up kind of at the end into the early 2000s. So I don't consider myself a part of this generation because we are not the same. Like at all. Right. The way they're brought up and the way I was brought up are completely different. Right. I still have some of the, you know, the old morals and standards of life and how things should be, I feel, than this new generation where they feel like everything is just supposed to be handed to them. Right. Like they don't know what it is to actually work for something.
I think that plays a big part with the parents that making them that
right,
way, you know?
Right. And I feel like that enabling them has basically shaped them to feel like, no, my mother worked, so I'm supposed to get these type of clothes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be able to walk outside and look like this and look like money. When in all reality, if it was me and I was your parent, you wasn't getting none of that. Like I don't see you working for that. I don't see, for a lot of people, especially because you know the field that we work in, being that we work in the schools, I be looking at these kids like, y'all grades are terrible. My parents would have never. I would have been walking around in Skechers with them grades that you got. And y'all walking around in Balenciagas and all this on your feet and all these. I just be like, you know what? Like it's a different generation. So I do also feel like that enabling them has definitely played a part in how this new generation is being brought up.
All right.
I agree with Brie all the way, and then it's different to see it because it's like me and you are the same age, and then when you talk about the younger generation, I see it every day with my younger brother who is a part of that generation. So it's like I was helped. I feel like he's more enabled, like because our parents tend to get a little lazy because they don't have time anymore. It's just like, all right, I did with you. Okay, you turned out all right.
You was a lot.
But the thing about it was I was a lot to deal with, and then I don't know how you say with time, like nobody really tolerated me, but I didn't tolerate a lot either for my age. Like that was the thing. It wasn't the fact that I was wrong a lot. It was just it wasn't my place.
Right.
So it was like I would be right about a lot of things I speak up on, but it's just
not
like
what
that's
that's how you said it.
Right. It's just like it's not your place, little girl. You keep your little comment and you go over there. Right. But it's like, but you mad because it's true. But with him, it's more so of like, and then their generation, and as far as the helping and enabling, it's just like, man, like I care, you know, like we care. They don't care. Like it's like, all right, whatever. Like okay, it's either we gonna go to school or we not. It's like, cause you still gonna put a roof over my head regardless. It's like me, I wanna go to school, I wanna get money because at the end of the day, I don't wanna rely on your roof. I don't wanna rely on your money. I don't wanna rely on your car. I don't want to. I want my own for my own success in the future. They're not thinking about future success. They're thinking about in the moment.
Right.
So it's the biggest difference, because I don't want to say in as far as black community and white community or get into that, because it's pretty much the same now with them growing up. And then a lot of the things as colored people, oh, we don't do this, we don't do that. We stick to this 80s, 90s restriction of how we want to raise our children. But then it's like, we don't want to beat. Like the non-beaters. I don't believe in the non-whooping up the buttons.
I'm not. Right. I'm pro ass whipping.
Right.
Yeah, me
but,
too.
You know, I think that actually, because like I think that kids, I don't know if it's like the school system or what, but I think
don't believe in
they
teachers
kind of
beating children though. Like, don't touch my kid.
Right. No, but I think
now,
that they kind of surround the kids with all of this, what they feel like is armor. Right. So kids feel like, you're in school. Did anybody do anything? Did anybody do? Just tell me. So, you know, you come to me and you call me and you complain about my child's behavior. And when they get home and then I bust into their tail and they come to school and they tell you that you call an ACS on me. and things like that. So for me, I used to tell my kids like this: listen, you want to go to ACS, you can go, but you're going with what you came with. You're not taking anything from here. Like you think it's gonna be better to go with them, then you're gonna go. That's not a threat to me that you call ACS. It's a threat to me that they're threatening me with ACS, and then I have to deal with a kid that is uncontrollable. You know what I mean? So it's either you're gonna have one or the other. And I'm not one thing for sure and two things for certain. I used to tell them I'm not gonna be afraid of my kid. So Ashanti, what you want to say about enabling and helping?
He like, I don't want to say nothing, Mom.
I ain't got nothing to say on that one. I feel like Brianni said. I feel like Brianni and Shay's daughter,
Marlene.
Marlene.
Okay.
Marlene. I think that they kind of summed everything up for the most part, to be honest.
Because
So
you know what, like with Ashanti, I can say this, right? Ashanti left home early compared to most kids now. When I say early, what was it, 19?
What you did?
He moved to California. He didn't just move out. He moved to a whole nother state. Now, because in my mind, and our mind, he was the lead.
but hold on, you're skipping the story. I done went to China and went to all these different places too. So come on.
Doing everything. Like he was taking a lot of chances and a lot of things. It took me as a parent to be able to be okay with that because I didn't think he was ready. I didn't think he was ready. But like Brianni said, like and Terrell said, like when you get on your own, then you realize that you have it. Like I did pick up what she was putting down. So he showed and definitely proved to me that he was more than capable of taking care of himself, and he's been out there for years by himself.
I guess to add to that now, but I don't know if y'all want to move on. That's why I was like, I don't want to drag this topic on too much.
Go ahead.
Okay. To add to that, I feel like the enabling was to keep me here, like to keep me under you and like to still nurture and kind of like watch my every move, because that's how it's always been, right? You always like you were able to watch my moves and make sure that I was doing it. But it was the times in which I had to step out and now apply everything that you taught me was when I really grew. You know what I'm saying? And it was very hard, I guess, also for me, if you think about it, because I'm leaving everything that I know to go to places that ain't nobody over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the faith that we talk about, like really having it at that point, because there was times in which I could have came back like so many different times, but it's like, yo, you know what? And you would still have that strength. I know it still was hurting you or made you scared too, but it's just like, you're like, I'm not going to tell you to quit. You know what I'm saying? So then that didn't allow me to feel like I should quit. Like quitting was the last thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I didn't achieve the things that I told them I was going to do before I come back, then it's like all of it. Sorry, that was a fly. Yo, that, you know, whatever. But yeah, so it wasn't until then that I really applied it, and I just felt like that was important, and thank you for that.
Okay, thank you. So listen, I'm not gonna move on. I just want to say that somebody said to put that quote on the T-shirt. They heard it here first, so if I wrote it down,
no,
I can't steal it. Go ahead, Molly.
To pretty much build off of what he said, and then I'm done. It also goes as into your confidence as a parent, like to know that you did what you had to do. And then he said what hit me was, he said that he left everything behind, but he really didn't leave anything. He just took whatever you taught him and then moved with that and applied with that. And that just goes to show how great of a parent that you are, to show that he could do that, you know, like, and move, but still, like, if you told him everything and he done went and traveled the world and he's still alright, with everything that you told him, then that's something, and you just gotta, like, sleep yourself with yourself, like, I did it right, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Facts. Facts.
So, to piggyback off of that, it's not, right, it's the next question, but it's sort of kind of like enabling, but not. I start on this end. Do y'all think that y'all spoil you?
Oh, no more. You ain't spoiled me since I was like in 4th grade.
You ain't gotta be on.
Spoiled me. They live. I mean, he lived with you.
All right. So that means I spoil you, boy.
I'm not spoiled you. I wish I was, but.
You think you spoil you?
I don't even like. Depending on your definition of spoiled.
What's your definition of spoil you?
Me, I feel like spoiled is everything done for you. And I don't think I think things was done for me before, and then now I'm expected to be able to do it for myself. So maybe when I was younger, but as of now, not as much.
Okay. I disagree, but
I think I'm spoiled. I think he's spoiled. I think he's spoiled. I think we all spoiled
He's
right
like,
now.
because I think that people, the difference in what you think spoiled is. Like, a lot of people think spoiled means that you're just giving them everything. People say that Terrell is spoiled. And I don't think that Terrell is spoiled because, look, see, and he's not spoiled, right? Terrell doesn't get everything, but he's just the baby. That's all, and I can't help that he's the baby. I told them this. Everybody had a chance to be the baby, right? It's just his turn. It's not his fault. He's always going to be the baby. That's it. He is what, Terrell? He is not. He is not spoiled. Is he spoiled? Are you spoiled, Terrell? See, I told you, right? You're not spoiled. No, right? Okay, good. Nobody's spoiled. Okay.
whatever.
But like I said, some people think that spoiling means that you just getting everything. You know what I mean? And it's not just that.
What's your definition of spoil?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My definition of spoil you is all three of y'all. Y'all still get everything that y'all want. It's probably not when you want it, but you still get it.
That's a
As
fact.
you and Marlene, as adults, young adults, Marlon too. There's no way in the world Marlon should be got this drip on. He shouldn't have this drip on.
Not for real though.
He shouldn't.
He
He
should have
shouldn't.
little
I
sketches.
didn't
Sketches.
And he feels like because he doesn't
The
ask
ones that
for
light
something,
up.
because he doesn't ask for something that, oh well, I didn't ask for it. So how about this? So
But
going
that's
forward,
the point.
So
The
going
fact that you
forward,
didn't even
whatever
ask
you
for
don't
it.
ask for, you won't get. And if you ask for something, you gotta make sure you earned it. Okay?
That
All right.
word.
So
I could have sworn I've been earning stuff my whole life.
what? How?
When I got into high school, I was
What?
that man.
You
The highest grades I ever had.
Yo.
You excel, you know.
And then what happened there? Adult life hit me. Then you just said not like that, but
He said adult life hit me. Then you said
Just gotta say.
See what I see. Trayvon is what's called yourself, grown boy, right?
yeah.
He's a grown boy or whatever, he's a grown boy. So with me, with him, I'm not spoon feeding him nothing.
right.
If it's something that he want to do or something that he needs to know, I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
how to get the information, or I'm gonna show you how to do something.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything for you,
Yeah,
right or wrong.
I wish that you help me still do stuff. Just a little bit. The stuff I need help with,
Like what?
that's,
You need to go shopping.
no,
I'll take you shopping.
no.
You need to go to Walmart. I'll take you to Walmart. What? You need to go to Home Depot. I'll take you to Home Depot. So what? You want me to cook a meal?
Don't take me nowhere.
I'm
Not
not
in the
supposed to picture me on the ride once in a blue
Hey,
moon.
both of them to take me to Michael's. I can't get nowhere.
I don't be taking nobody nowhere.
Jeez.
So listen, let me give you guys the opportunity to ask us a question. If you guys had a question that you wanted to ask one of us, what would that question be? Before we keep asking questions, what question would you ask us?
A question that you have to ask y'all.
Yeah, if you had a question, what question would you ask us?
How you feel about us?
How do I feel? How do I not feel about you? Like,
I just do it right now.
all right, go ahead. You are like, the tattoo on my leg. What
A
is
butterfly?
No. What does it say? The joy of my life, right? So when I had you or whatever, I realized what unconditional love was. You understand? With y'all, I didn't birth y'all, but can't nobody take y'all from me. You understand? There she goes.
I love that.
So, and that's just what it is. Marlon, I'm hard on you. I'm not letting up. I told you from little, I'm on your neck because I see something in you that you need to grasp onto. Like you need to man up, so to speak, or whatever. So that's why I'm hard on you. You know what you gotta do, but you don't do what you're supposed to do all the time, or whatever. Marlene, there's a little. We're cool now. When she was a teenager, it was like, I'm not fucking with this girl because she's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? She's crazy. But she's you still have your ways, but you came a long way, and I can't take that from you.
The ways ain't going That's just me.
No. What was the, where did we go? What happened? Because what was the question?
How do I feel about them?
Okay, gotcha.
So that's how I feel about them.
Oh no, because I was like, how I feel about my kids. Look at Ashanti's looking. You hear something? Is that the squirrel, Ashanti?
Huh?
So how do I feel?
Nah, my neighbor. You want me? Sorry.
Okay. For me, let me say, like, with let's start with Brianni. So Brianni is like my twinsy. I mean, we want to say triplets because we have Brianni, Melissa, and myself. But I always tell Brianni that I'm proud of her, right? I'm proud to be all of their parent. And I always say that I don't know what I did as a person for God to have blessed me with this type of child, these type of children, right? I don't even think that I was a good enough person to actually deserve them, right? Because I was a hustler and a bustler. I did a lot of things that some of these people on this screen would probably could probably attest to that would not equal up to who you see before you right now, or who could have possibly raised the type of children that I've raised, and not on my own. You know, their father is there, and you know, their aunts and grandparents, everybody being around to help. But when I look at Brianni, I always say, well, he's trying to, I'm like, what happened? He's reading the comments.
I'm so straightforward.
Yeah, look here. Sorry. I'm like, what happened? So,
Yo, I thought something
when I
was
look
wrong.
at Brianni, why I say that I'm proud of her because she's resilient. You know what I mean? Like she's nothing stops her. Right? I don't have to tell Brianni to do anything. I don't have to tell Brianni to clean up. I don't have to tell Brianni to do anything. Brianni is going to set the standard, you know, and she takes pride into being an example to my nieces. And I love that. I love that she's a role model. I love that they look up to her. I love that she's strong. I love that she at 17 worked 2 and 3 jobs at the same time, getting up at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, she has that hustle. She's not going to just accept anything, and I love that about her. Ashanti, I mean, I don't know another kid, you know, who came up along that time who can outwork him, period. You know what I mean? I mean, we all work hard, but this kid is like nonstop. He's dedicated to what he is doing, what his dreams are. You know, when he wanted to leave, we had told him that he needed to set up a business plan for his life for 5 years. And in 1 year, he accomplished all of what he put on his board for 5 years. You know, and it's just like he always sets the bar higher and higher. And not that he's become famous or not for the notoriety or all of those things. Am I proud of him? I'm proud of him because of the man that he's become. And no matter what, even though we have our weak moments and our weak times, he never gives up, even though I know he wants to sometimes. I just like that he continues to move on. And with Terrell, I had to tell Terrell, right? He was the last of the Mohegans for me. And it was like really touching for him to graduate high school and go on to college and things like that. Why did it mean so much to me? He said to me, like, I'm always so hard on him. And I had to tell him, I said, you know, I'm hard on you because, you know, my kids were the first kids in my family to actually graduate high school. Now, we all got our diplomas. We took the easy way out, right? We took our GEDs and we moved on and we did our thing. And I'm not knocking anything with that because I got my GED and I'm proud of it.
I got mine too.
But my children are the first children in my family to break that cycle. And they graduated high school and they all went to college. And, you know, I just love that. So one day we were having a discussion and he was like, I'm always hard on him. And I told him, you know why? And when I told him that, it like blew his mind. He said, Ma, I didn't know that. You know, that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to sit there and just, I need you to do it because of this and that. That's not what I put in him. I put in him that fight and that motivation and that drive. And I love the fact that I set that tone and he's continuing to push forward. He got that scholarship to go away to college. And he even said to us that, you know what, after this, I want to go on to graduate school. So those things are the things that make me proud. And it's not just what they're doing, it's just who they become. That's it. You know, I love that.
Any
Ooh.
Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite? I don't have a favorite, even though they think I do. But I do not have. Terrell is the baby.
Ashanti is the favorite.
He's not the favorite. He is the baby. Okay?
Ashanti. Terrell.
Brianni, you know it's Terrell. I would say I know that.
Terrell, you my favorite?
It is.
See,
But
he's your favorite.
don't worry, we
No
all love Terrell.
favorites.
We know,
Listen.
it's okay.
It's no
He's the
favorite.
baby, like for real.
It's no favorite. Okay, so listen.
What about Shay?
What?
I don't have none.
Oh, that's what's up.
I don't have none.
Mm-hmm.
I think they individuals. They get treated accordingly. Like, you know, I don't treat them the same or
Which
whatever.
one do you like more?
I don't know.
Look, she want to know.
Oh, they point at TC. He's the baby. That's all I'm saying.
I'm hardest on him though.
Lane said
Yeah.
Oh no, Lane, get out of
Lane
here,
said
Lane.
Terrell.
Lane, listen. You know what, Lane? I thought you were here. See, don't do that. It's not. They're lying.
It's not you.
They're lying, Terrell. It's like Terrell is everybody's baby. Even when my sister comes over, she looks at him like he just came out of an incubator. Like he's a whole grown up. And she sees him and she just melts. You know what I mean? But I love that. I love this. I love having this time to have this conversation with you guys.
So here's my question, right?
Go.
So since y'all like 3 for 3, if maybe like 7 years ago, if y'all had the opportunity to have a 4th, would you? Like y'all happy with y'all 3 or like would a 4?
I would have been one of those.
Trayvon always wanted me to have another
I
child.
always wanted a girl. I
When I was 10 years old, you said you
Well, listen,
I
and regardless of the life that I may live now, I tried. It didn't work. It didn't happen.
Shay.
It didn't happen.
He said, I don't want to know that.
Let me tell you something. He is like, he's one and done. Like, he's my only pregnancy. I've never been pregnant ever again in
My
life.
grandmother, only grandchild.
Yeah.
It was tough.
You made it. You made it. You the golden baby.
Yeah, one and
No,
only.
come on, one and only.
That's
You like a unicorn, do you?
Yeah, definitely. a unicorn.
Yeah, definitely. As for me, listen, I don't regret it at all. I do not regret it at all. And it was at one point that Brianna did want a sister. But then when she thought about it later on, she was like, I'm glad I didn't have no sister, Mom. She said, because I couldn't deal with 2 of me, and neither could I. You know, she wasn't hard, but it was enough. I'm fine with it. You know, I'm fine. I don't need 2 people walking around looking just like me. She goes,
I can't go through the sharing of the stuff. I'm good on that.
and she
I'm
likes
glad
her
that
only room.
Right, and I'm glad that my younger sisters are all bigger than me. So it's amazing, you know. I don't have to share, never had to share, you know what I'm saying? That's the I feel like that was first like, yo dang, like I couldn't have like an older sister. Like I see everybody else got an older sister. What it's like to have an older sister? And then it's crazy because now I am the older sister that I feel like I always wanted to have. But then it just be like, if I'd have had one, it probably wouldn't have went as good as I thought it would have. So I'm glad because 2 of me would have just not been good. Yeah.
But you know what I like? I like the fact when I look at you guys, all of you guys, I always say that my kids are doing better than me 10 times over. Because by these age, I was already a parent and already being a wife and all of that. And when I look at you guys, not that having kids are the worst thing, because I know that having Ashanti saved my life. So I know that for sure. At the time when I had him, it was because God needed me to slow down, and He needed me to be prepared for what was to come. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right.
But I'm glad that you guys are able to actually live your life. You know, because when you have your kids so young, or you know, dedicate yourself to a man so young, you don't get to experience dating and seeing what's out there and knowing what you like from what you don't like, and you know, trying to, you know, get over those hurdles, and then you already held down. You can't experience travel and you know, finishing college without the stress and, you know, all that extra stuff. So I applaud you guys 100% for not even, you know, it's a
Well, y'all for having us.
yeah, I applaud you guys.
Not right now.
100%.
All
I
right.
love this kid.
I got a serious question for y'all. It's something for y'all to think about. Y'all know with everything going on and y'all being, you know, young Black adults or whatever, what is your fears with society? Like everything, especially the boys, like everything that's going on, these cops and just everyday life being young Black men and women. Like, do y'all have any fears?
No.
Well, I do.
Okay. You don't go outside.
I was about to say it. Well, he's gonna go outside.
I do go outside. I go outside, but I done heard it so many times and seen it, like documentaries and all that, so it's like, it's not scary no more. I just like know that it's out there. I have my cautions and all that.
Okay. Trayvon?
Yeah, I do because you never know when like the cops is gonna mess with you before even all this Black Lives Matter stuff is going on. Like you could be outside chilling, not even smoking, doing nothing, just chilling, listening to music. 12 gonna pull up on us. What y'all doing? No.
What's your reaction though?
I'm not gonna jump through nothing because I'm not doing nothing. I'm in the right. This is my building. This is but to the point, like I'm not doing nothing. Why are you stopping me?
Like, why are you even asking?
There's other people doing way more worse stuff than me.
Your girls getting taken out here and y'all stopping black men.
What about you guys?
Terrell.
I had this argument every day in school.
Okay.
My school is like, it's not predominantly white or black, so like it's about even. So every day I have interactions with Caucasian people, or my teachers are Caucasian, or so every day the topic is brought up, or people have to watch what they say around me or something like that. So it's just me being comfortable wherever I'm at. I don't have no fear because I still carry myself the way I carry myself from the way my mom taught me. So I'm respectful to everybody. I don't disrespect everybody. I talk the way I talk to everybody the same way, and I don't treat nobody different. So if you come at me with a certain type of level of respect, I'm gonna give you the same respect. And if you don't, it's just however we gonna take it after that. It's
That's my boy.
I feel like for me, it's more so different because pretty much on both sides. So, you know, at first, I want to say I was oblivious because being a kid, you don't really notice what's really happening. Like you might hear it, but then actually being there or like seeing stuff, or even like because we work for who we work for, watching, you know what I'm saying, the kids and how they react. My fear more so is for my brothers. It's not for me. Not to say that there aren't, you know, police encounters with females, but it's more so for them because I've seen cops take it too far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it justifies the situation that happened, because at times we as people feel like, yes, we have the right to say this and we have the right to do that, but at the point in time when they tell you don't move, it means don't move. You understand what I'm saying? And for me being on both sides, I know what it's like. The guy's telling you don't move. It's simple. It's simple. But then when you're on the other side of it is, why are you doing this? Why this cop? And I'm sitting there like, yo, like, but if you don't move, he has and don't get me wrong, there are cops out there that do take it too far, way too far. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I guess for me, it's always a teeter-totter because it's like I'm black and I work for law enforcement, and then it gives me that second guess, like, dang, do I still want to be a cop? Because now it's like you get that. It's just in general, people will look at me and be like, "Oh, you look like you're an officer," and what does that mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does that seem like something so needed to be said? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that a thing? And then there's a couple of people where I'm hanging out with people and they won't say nothing because or do the things because I work in law enforcement. But then there's other times where it's like, yo, son, like, so what it's like with being with the cops? Yo, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not even a cop. Like, you know what I'm saying? I work with them, but I am not them.
Right.
And it's always that thing where it's like they looking at me and they're like, are you and I'm like, you call me what you want to call me. At the end of the day, like, I know what I am. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my fear, it's not for me, because me being on both sides, I know what it is. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm not supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And then knowing the law because of what, you know what I'm saying, what we go through it's a little hard. Like, so.
I agree exactly with what she said, because having literally all of my parents work for the NYPD, like all of them, it's just like,
how many you got, girl?
3. Hey. So, like, it's the way I look at it is, and the fact that you're discouraged, like, breaks my heart, because I feel like we need more black people in law enforcement, more black cops, more black lawyers, more black judges in general. Like, we need to be in that position more. My biggest fear is exactly what she said, losing one of my brothers or my boyfriend to anything that happens with law enforcement. Like, and I know, knowing that they know all of their personalities, Just I know it went left. But I always like to stay neutral and equal because I don't hate the cops because I feel like a lot of things are taught to a lot of people. Like as far as racism, I feel like racism is taught in households, but then you cannot take certain stuff out of certain people. Like you cannot take racism out of a Confederate family. You cannot take I don't like the gay couples out of certain Jamaican families. That's just how certain people are raised. It's stuck in their heads. So it's just like I feel like with certain jobs, it's certain tests or certain qualifications that you have to pass or to even get a certain job. I feel like that's just how it should be. Because I will never, ever, 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 ever hate NYPD, ever hate the cops because it's like when you need somebody to call, the first number you dial is 911. And then the other day, we was leaving from the city around Halloween, 1 pp. It's a whole, they marching outside. I'm confused at why they're marching at this point. But then I hear them saying, we call and nobody answers. But you know what's sad? Because if they call, say if Ray Ray and Tyrone got into something, and Ray Ray shot Tyrone, by the time the cops come, somebody is going to say that the cop shot Tyrone and not Ray Ray. And then it's just like, why did I show up? Because now all I have to do is a bunch of paperwork. You're going to say I did it. And it's probably a good cop who gets the bad foot because it's like one bad apple spoils a bunch. But it's not fair. Like, I'm not scared of them. I'm scared of a lot of their colleagues. And it's just the same way in the streets. Like, even doctors. There's good doctors there's good doctors and there's doctors that sit there and poison you because they're trying to do a test drive on you. It's the same thing with every career. Even teachers, they teach you the wrong thing that's not on protocol. You just never know. It's just, but certain stuff when it hits the media is different. Once it's in the media and once a whole bunch of people have the same position or the same thought, it spirals out of the place and then it's just like, that's just one thought.
Well, I think that with what you guys are saying, just going off of that and just being, like you guys said, on both sides, right? We see kids firsthand, like, that we would say, if that was my kid, I would, you know what I mean? But then you have, there's a difference, and this is where parenting comes into play, which you see a lot of parents who just don't believe that their kids are menaces, right? I've been to plenty of funerals where there are children who have terrorized communities, who have shot people, who have killed people, and then they're like, oh, my baby, he was such a good boy, he was misunderstood, you know. So it's just a varying thing that you can't really determine what's right, because this person's child, right? So they're gonna love their child, so we can't expect them not to, right? But if you can't control the behavior or you can't help the behavior at home, when they get outside, they're only going to be the same that they are at home, or even worse. If they don't respect you at home, they're not going to respect, you know, the officer or a teacher or anybody like that once they get on the outside. I used to tell my kids all the time. I used to say, you're wrong until you what? Till you open your mouth. When you open your mouth, you're wrong. I used to tell, I don't care what is happening to you. Do not say nothing. If the cop says to you, stop, stop. Memorize his badge. Get his name and let me deal with it later. I don't care what everybody else is doing. I don't care what everybody else is saying. I want you to come home alive. It's a shame that we have to do that. And I don't have to do that because of my children, but I have to do that because of some of the children that are out there. And honestly, there are bad cops. They are bad everything, just like you said. However, you have to understand when you put this uniform on that we are in fear of our lives as well. When we go to schools or environments, these kids are not nice. They're not aggressive. They don't care that we are women and we're showing up as women. They're going to do what they're going to do and they don't care, period. So I understand how fear sets in on both parts, and being on both sides of the pole, you know, I do get that. But I do understand that there are aggressive, unnecessarily aggressive, and bad policing going on out there. And I'm just grateful that you guys haven't ran upon any of that, you know. And again, like even with Ashanti, I think Ashanti had experience just being out in the street, just like you said, being oblivious. I think Brianna said being oblivious. And it was a time when I said, like, Ashanti, you have to pay attention. When you're outside, make sure your head is not in your cell phone. Make sure you're not, because he loves music. You hear what I'm saying? And so he would be just dance and everything. He would be everywhere. He looking inside.
You got to tell this story.
Just dancing, and he's doing everything. And one day he was robbed at gunpoint. And it wasn't until then that it hit him, like, because in his mind, I don't bother anybody. So if I don't bother them, they're not going to bother me. I'm not doing anything. And that's just not reality. You know what I mean? And so the thing that I try to tell them, the thing that shames me more is that I'm not going to say that I'm not afraid of the police because I wear a uniform, because when I'm outside, I don't have the uniform on, and I'm still black. But I'm more afraid of the young black man that's walking in the street. When I'm walking down the street and I see these kids, I'm more putting my phone up or paying attention or have my keys in my hand because I know what goes on. You know, I know, and that's a shame. You know what I mean? That we have to do that, and especially in the communities that we live in. So, you know, that's good.
I got a joke question though.
Okay.
A
joke question?
Yeah, it's like a joke. Well, it's shit to me. It's a joke. If you had the chance to have both of your biological parents together, would you?
I don't know, because I never seen them together.
Well, you know who he is, and you know
I would wish.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's hard because I got them two. Then I got my brother and sister.
Take two. Wait, do it.
Take two.
Take two. Thank you. We got that for Trey.
No.
Thank you.
Nah.
Okay.
It'll be an argument.
Honestly, I don't even know why I'm here, but no. Just no. What about y'all?
Right.
Everybody good then.
No, I'm good. Ashanti, you good?
I'm good.
Okay, Ashanti, since you are the senior, right? What kind of advice would you give? You see, you know how it
You
feels.
call me a what?
Guys, my son, it was so
They have a
adorable.
question
I've
for
been
him
trying to
though.
figure that out.
Oh, you got a question for Ashanti?
How you get his beard like that?
Your beard. How you
Oh
get
God, the moisturizer and everything that goes on with this thing.
I make a beard oil. It's coming soon. It's like I make a butter. No cap. Like I do. No, I got you.
I just started growing.
So what advice would you have as the big brother, right? What kind of advice would you give to these young men and women sitting on this couch today? You a senior, brother.
I'm that guy, huh? Okay.
He's old, Lloyd. He's old. He don't
Dang, man. Why you gotta tell everybody? I don't even, social media don't even know how old I am. Thank you, ma. Dang. Look, let me set myself up.
What kind of advice?
No, I'm trying to make it as general as possible because I don't know what everybody's aspirations is. Because to be honest, the only thing I can tell you is whatever tools that you got from your parents, really, really like, just analyze it. Whether it be strength, whether it just be like whatever you obtain with them. Because what happens is when we get out here, we're not prepared for life. Above all these things that we talk about, there's life, there's bills, there's experiences, there's all these different things that they cannot prepare you for. Life has to teach you that. And the one thing about life is it's not going to always be easy. But if it was, then it'd be like, it'd be easy for you to do everything. So you got to just, if you having a rough spot, you feel like you ain't got no money, you ain't doing the stuff that you like are aspiring to do, because now we have social media. So it's in your face. That's a part that is attached to your depression, anxiety, all these different things, because you're seeing the life that you want, but you also don't know that these people who are showing you their highlights also have another side that they don't show you. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in what you see, because everything that you see ain't really what it is. And just allow yourself to go along your journey, even if you mess up. If you messing up, oh well, like it's not about how many times you fall forward. Like, you know what I'm saying? So keep going as you're falling, because you're gonna fall. So, and don't go throughout life not making any mistakes, because that's not going to help you either. Like, you have to learn. Like, there's no way to get around it. So I feel like that's the only thing that I would say.
Okay. Well, got anything else?
I don't have anything else. I hope we didn't bore you guys today. I think this was great for us.
Now he asked for a part 2.
He wants a part 2. What do you guys think?
So everybody love, like what's the vibe? That's how you say it?
The vibe.
So what's the vibe? Show us the vibe.
Yeah, what's the vibe right now?
What's the vibe?
part two. They enjoy
Y'all
it.
trying to see the pretty dope kids or no?
Oh, yeah, we need to do that. We got the pretty dope kids.
Pretty dope kids is fire.
Yeah, so that was good.
All right. There I go. Well, that was a pretty dope conversation. I'm your girl, Shay Means. I'm here with my girl,
D-Mac.
and we see you next week, Tuesday. Is the new
Hey! We some pretty dope chicks with conversation, hot topics. For those relating, it's a pretty dope,